Played all the games. I played sports. I played baseball, basketball. Well, and I was very good at all of them.
And when is that? Was that in high school that you were good at them?
Yeah. Started grammar school and high school. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then how did you get picked up? Did they just scout you out to play football, or were you interested in playing football?
Yeah, I was always interested in playing sports. But I wanted to be a baseball player.
Really?
Yeah, but I couldn't. But then at that particular time, nothing but Mexicans and white boys played baseball here in Stockton. Well, we played baseball too, but we didn't. We had to play we had our own little league game, but mostly white boys played baseball here.
Okay.
We could play football, but we didn't get no scholarships like they were giving out now, you know.
And so did they find you for football, or did you find them?
No. Everybody knew I was a very good football player. Well, I was a good athlete, all around athlete. I would play football, basketball, track. I did everything. I was good at everything.
When they recruited you, how did they go about doing this? Were there already a lot of black people playing football?
Oh no, there was very few of us playing. When I got drafted by the Chicago Bears, I was the first black to get drafted by the Chicago Bears in 1950. What was it? 1952.
Uh-huh.
And so I was the only black on the team for the first year.
Okay.
Then they brought in other blacks, but there was only about they brought in about 10 or 12 blacks, but we knew only 2 or 3 was going to make it. So at that, 3 of us made it.
Do you know why they made that transition and why they picked you to be the first one?
Well, I don't know. They just they thought that I would be the best one for them at that particular time. I really don't know, but I've read a lot of things why I was the first one to be picked.
And what did you read?
They know that I was born and raised in California. I went to I didn't go to a segregated school. I went to where blacks and whites and everybody went to school together. So they thought maybe that I would be more compatible with the other white boys. Mm-hmm.
When they came out and recruited you, do you think they offered you the same amount of money, royalties as they would if you were white?
I didn't make the same kind of money that the white boys were making. See, because at that particular time, they almost let you know that, hey, we're giving you a chance, so we're not going to give you the same kind of money that we give the rest of the team members, you know? Right. So, and I tell you, I didn't have too much money when I was playing professional football.
So why would you still play if you weren't getting that much money? Why didn't you just?
Because I wanted to play. I wanted to show that blacks could do these things. I was doing this for the black people, for the black race. Mm-hmm. When I talked about, they even talked me out of getting out. But the first mistake I made, you know what that was? I didn't go get someone to represent me. I didn't get an agent.
And why was that? Were they not
They talked me out of getting an agent. They told me, well, you don't need an agent. We'll take care of you. So I was making about $2,000 or $3,000 less than the rest of the teammates. My teammates were making. You got a lot of money, lots of money. I did what I was told to do, and kept my mouth shut.
Do you think if you would have fought to get an agent, that maybe that would change if they would have wanted you or not?
I don't know. I don't know because I never did get an agent. Even after I left Chicago and went to Canada, I think that's the worst thing. I didn't have an agent. Everybody else had an agent but me. Right. Well, I didn't believe in. Well, I didn't think. I didn't. Well, actually, it's not that I didn't believe in agents. I thought agents were. See, they were coming. They were the common thing now. They were coming. They were the common thing. But I didn't. So it's the kind of money I was going to get. I didn't want to share nothing with nobody.
Your first year, you being the first black man on the Chicago Bears team, like, how was that first year? Was it bad or was it okay?
No, everything was okay. I just didn't that. I hung by. I didn't hang out with the white ball players. I hung out by myself when we moved to Chicago. We left Rensselaer, Indiana, went to Chicago, and I stayed at the YMCA hotel.
So you didn't stay with the rest of the football team when you traveled?
They stayed on the south side. I mean, they stayed on the north side, and I stayed on the south side. Not actually, I stayed downtown Chicago.
Wow.
Yeah, because they didn't have too many black families lived out there out there in that neighborhood.
So when you were traveling to like the different places to play football, how did the people treat you? The crowd? How did like even the locker room and stuff go?
Well, they treat. I can't say I got bad treatment. I just know that some things that I knew what my program was, and I didn't step out of my program. You understand what I'm saying? Respected me, and that's what I tried to do. Be myself, and try not to be anything else but Eddie Macon. So I thought that if I did that, that was the best thing I could do. And I didn't. And most of the time I was almost only black guy on the team. So I hung out by myself.
Did you ever come across where you played a team and they didn't want to play with you on it because you were black?
No, I know that I wasn't accepted a lot of places. Like when we go to hotels, I could only stay in. I couldn't eat in the dining room, and I couldn't afford to eat in the dining room in the first place anyway, so it didn't bother me.
Yeah.
I knew everything we went to. I knew where all the hamburger stands were.
So you knew like all the do's and don'ts to just keep you
right,
out of trouble.
I played the game. I did what I was supposed to.
And how did that make you feel?
I didn't make me feel no different. I made you feel bad at times, because you could see other people, see them going eating out together and all the stuff like that. And I'd go find, because I couldn't afford to eat with them anyhow, because I wouldn't get no money. So I didn't have too much of a social life either.
So when you played the second year, and then there was more black people coming onto the team, how was it better than when you were alone?
Yeah, because there was three of us. So we had each other to lean on. We understood what our place was and how it was going to be, and that's the way they wanted it, and that's the way it was going to be. So I didn't try to I didn't try to do anything different. There's some things that would be said, but you didn't like, but what the hell? As long as you're doing your thing, you're doing something that nobody else has done, especially wasn't too many black people. I played in football in the National Football League when there's only, I'd say, maybe they had 12 teams in. And I'd say there wasn't no more than 20 to 25 black football players there. And I was one of them. So I was very proud of just be in that little, what you call, group that I was in that very few other blacks could join. So that made me feel a little superior than others.
So, were they ever jealous or upset with you?
I'm going to tell you, whenever there's one or two blacks or three blacks on the team, there's always going to be a little jealousy, and the jealousy that was toward me was because the coach I was his number one nigger. I put it that way, number one nigger. So I played the part. You understand? Yeah, right. I wasn't no Uncle Tom, but I played football and I spoke when spoken to. I didn't initiate too much. I didn't initiate too many. What do you say now? Conversation with the coach. Said hi to me, then we spoke. Part of my way, if I see him, I say, "Hi, Coach," and that would be it. If he wanted to talk, he'd stop and talk to me. You understand?
Did they ever use you to, like, help guide the other black players to play this part?
No, well, everybody, we all played different parts. We played the part that we thought that was best suited us. That's what you call being a survivor.
Wow.
I never did do. I talked about one of my black brothers' football mates to any of the white boys. If something come up, I kept it to ourselves. We had little spats, but they didn't know nothing about it. Well, at least I didn't tell nobody nothing about it. There's always a little jealousy in between, especially blacks. They think maybe you were closer to the coach or something like that. But I tell you one thing, I wasn't no Uncle Tom. I was a man. I was a black man among a bunch of 30 other white boys. I didn't go to their parties. I didn't do anything. I had my own little small group of people that I socialized with.
Wow. So, when you were playing football, did you only play football, or did you have a job at the same time?
I had a job. I was working on the waterfront then.
Wow. Did the other football players, the white football players, did they have jobs while they played?
Yeah, they did. They all had jobs. Most of them had good jobs. Maybe they weren't good paying jobs, but there were jobs where they could go up in the ranks. Now you understand what I'm saying? Where they could, if they kept their nose clean and did their job, they could go up. They could become what you call superior individuals in the rank and file. Mm-hmm.
And what about your job where you worked?
Oh, my job, they thought it was great. I'd come back and I was what you call a hero.
Now why do you say that? Did you have a black employer, or were they white?
I worked on the waterfront here in Stockton. But there were about maybe 30 or 40 longshoremen, but there were only 2 or 3 blacks at that particular time.
And they still thought that you were a hero when you came?
Because I played football. I traveled to the United States. That was, and they were making more money than I was. About the same kind of money, but I had to, I was supporting 2 families.
Yeah.
I was playing professional football. I was supporting myself in Chicago and sending my money home. So I had very little time and money for too much lollygagging. Oh, I did get to go to a few parties. I got invited to a few parties, and I really enjoyed it, And I'm still having a heck of a life. 85 years old and still trying to do my thing. And I tell you, what it changes me. And it's for the best, though. You walk out on the football field now, and all you see is a sea of blacks. And you say, "Oh, there's a white boy. There's a whitey." Right, way. Look at where'd he come from? But hey, that was. I chose that to live like that, so that I've done something. Well, I made it possible for other blacks, people like me, and other blacks who had to take the heavy licks. I hope that will be of some information to you, and I hope you get a good grade out of it.
Thank you.